Hey everybody, so summer is officially gone and the good times are rolling in. I don't like summer, not a fan. So if you follow me on Twitter, and I mentioned a little bit on Facebook, you'll know that I'm talking a lot about Sam Pepper, who's a prankster YouTuber. Not one of the better ones. I know a few prankster YouTubers and they're great, but Sam's a little different. Sam takes it in the direction where he often sees how far he can go sexually harassing a woman, and then he puts it up and everyone, oh, it's hilarious. He has a very popular series of videos about him making out with women. I haven't actually watched too much into it. I don't know how many videos there are. I have no idea. I watched one specifically though, and these women are pretty much just horrified by his request, because he goes, you know, we're trying to find the best kisser here, or blah 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 blah, and they're just like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, and he doesn't like ask them to, he doesn't like sit there and wait, you know, and just pucker up and say, come on, you know, would you know, even pressuring them in that way. Here's the thing, a lot of people out there will say, yeah, well, it's the woman's fault for kissing him. When a guy runs up to you with a microphone and cameras, and there's potentially millions of people watching, and in this case there was millions of people watching, 15 million people so far, that's daunting and confusing and overwhelming. So you might just awkwardly do things that you're not necessarily comfortable with. That happens to a lot of people, even in a job type situation where, you know, a boss comes up and, you know, asks you for a certain thing, for you to do a certain thing that you don't normally do. It's kind of, you know, something against what your beliefs are, but you hesitate, you know what I mean, because you don't know it's your boss. It's someone of authority. You know, Sam goes around and he seems to be a person of authority, and which he has that kind of personality, and so be it. But you know, he goes up to these girls, he doesn't even wait for the kiss, he just goes in and he's like, you know, give me a kiss pretty much, and then he forces himself in there. Staged or not, it's complete BS. So he releases a new series of videos called the Fake Ass Pinch Prank, where he goes up and he makes it look like his hands are put in the front pockets of his hoodie, but they're actually kind of in the back or in the sides, and then he like asks, hey, is the Apple store down that way, or is what's over in that direction? And then he pinches their ass when they look away. Or sometimes he pinched, sometimes he'd grope. And then, so that video was taken down by YouTube because everyone was flipping out about it. And then he released another video the next day. By the way, on Twitter, he's only made unrelated comments. He's never addressed it on Twitter until now. It's just the whole ordeal. He didn't give a shit. So he released another video where a woman's doing it to men, and clearly some of the men are upset and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, clearly these people are distressed by this. And now he comes out earlier today or whatever, and I knew he was going to do this. He comes out with the reveal. It was all to raise awareness for sexual harassment. Sam, I'm going to explain why you're a BSer. Because I myself am a BSer. I like to BS, and I know the art of BSing. I do. And I know BSing when I see it. I completely understand it. I'm going to explain why Sam Pepper is a little BSer. Okay, so I had to just take the most pointless detour ever. Whatever. But anyway, see, Sam makes his living off of YouTube. Let me just say this. As a fan, a lot of the time, unless you're given reason to know a person, you don't know who these creators are in their real life. I hate this road. It's so bumpy. What the hell? My life, I hate this place. So anyway, as creators, we know, you know, word travels around about creators off camera and who they actually are, because everyone puts on some type of persona usually when they step in front of a camera, and that's completely understandable. I agree with that. I won't argue with that. However, Sam has a bit of a reputation that he's not such a nice person, and I've heard this from multiple people who either have contacts with someone who knows him personally, or where they know him personally. Sam is not the type of guy to go out there and say, yeah, let's raise awareness for this. Now, he's the type of guy who wants to make a profit off of prank videos, and that, whatever, a lot of people are, that's fine. But the thing about Sam is he comes out with this reveal. His full-time job is YouTube. You understand? He's getting a lot of views. He has 2.4 million subscribers, and he gets a lot of views. Tons. And it's a lot of money. I'm not going to say how much. I don't know how much Sam's pulling in, but I can guarantee you it's his full-time job. And now he just almost lost that job. You understand? Now Sam would have to be a freaking martyr. I'm talking a saint of some kind of viral marketing campaign for some kind of cancer research institute in order to come up with something like this. First of all, he had 2 videos removed for sexual abuse and abusing people and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's like 2 strikes against him. That's a problem. When he hits that 3rd strike, that's a big issue, okay? So he could lose his channel from that. He might already even lose it. No idea what's going on in that regard, okay? But, so that's his job. So he's almost lost his job pretty much. Now, you have to understand the Fine brothers who run YouTubers React, they disinvited him from any further YouTubers React. Lacey Green, who is a prominent woman on YouTube, and she's also a feminist, someone I actually, I kind of combined forces with her for this. I signed her letter along with dozens of other huge YouTubers asking Sam to stop. She has pretty much told him, you know, she doesn't approve of what he's doing, and all the YouTubers who signed don't approve of what he's doing. And then you've got Hank Green, who's behind the scenes with VidCon, who has said it's safe to assume that those who sexually assault people in prank videos are no longer invited to future VidCon. So Sam's in a really rough spot. Again, Sam's not a martyr. Sam has a track record of going out and forcing himself on women, objectifying women, always talking about sexual things for the views. You understand? This is his track record. This is his behavior. This is his personality. So he does all of these things. Hank Green disinvites him from VidCon. This guy is screwed. He is being blacklisted by some of his closest friends that he works with on YouTube. These huge name creators are blacklisting him. So he's, there's news sites talking about he's in a pretty big pickle here for his video. But Sam decides to do the only thing he can do. You understand, if he apologized, if he came straight out and just apologized about it, that would be okay. A lot of people wouldn't believe him because it's a forced apology. He's in a very bad situation. It seems like he's forced to make this apology. But I would have respected more than the backpedaling. Oh, this was an experiment. You see, a real person who conducted a real social experiment in the first original videos that got him up Schitt's Creek, he would have said somewhere in the video to prove, or with the girl saying, hey, you know, Sam Pepper here, you know, with so-and-so, just wanted to let you know that we're against sexual harassment. This is to raise awareness against sexual harassment. This whole video was staged. But no, he had to make a separate video where he's sitting on his own in his living room or wherever, and he's talking about it himself, using a jump cut about every 4 seconds. You know what happens? Now, I know I use jump cuts a lot, but I use them strategically, and why would you put that on the internet? I think they reset the mind and keep things interesting. Sam's jump cuts do not reset the mind. They're awkward pauses before and after each one. Clearly, he doesn't use jump cuts very often, but he had to now. He had to use those awkward jump cuts. And you know why? It's because he had to come up with things to say. This wasn't a genuine video. Not at all. Not in the least bit. He is at the threat of losing the best job he's ever had in his entire life. And he'll ever probably get. And he's been blacklisted by his peers. And fans are hating him, unsubscribing, whatever. And then there's some that are subscribing because they're morons. But he's in a very bad situation. So he says, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And he manipulates and he pranks everybody yet again. And he says, I'm gonna make it seem like this was a movement. And he's gonna convince himself that, yeah, you know what, I had this in mind. Yeah, I did this. And he even puts sad music in the video. Complete BS. I don't buy it for a second. Everything in it reeks that it's ingenuine. And that's just the bottom line. That's how I see it. I mean, now I'm not calling myself an expert on human behavior. I don't personally know Sam, but human behavior was my background before YouTube. I was in criminal justice, and I'm not going to boast and post my freaking resume about it, because it wasn't that extensive, but I did a lot of that on my own. So that's kind of my opinion on it. That's how I see it. Whether it was anybody running a social experiment like that would have put proof in the video to save for later, because he knew this shit was going to happen, and he said it could have been expected, and it was expected, and he knew it. If he had known this, he would have put the proof in there. He wouldn't just get two girls waving on a camera. You know what that says? That says that he did stage part of it, and he had to go to them later to say, hey, help get my balls out of the fire here. He said, I need you to take a little quick video. I need you to wave it. Just, I need the, you know, and because it was all staged. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe part of it was. Who knows? As I said, every red flag in place. He's about to lose his job. He's been blacklisted by every person who could possibly further his career. He has no shred of proof linking those original 2 videos to his social experiment, which any person would have. Also, keep in mind that a real social experimenter for the good, a martyr to such a degree who would sacrifice his YouTube channel for the point he was making, would probably donate money that those 2 original videos had racked up the time they were on YouTube, or donate charity even if they didn't make any money, donate to charity for a cause against sexual abuse. Any person a martyr to such a degree as Sam Pepper. Give me a break. The jump cuts, the fact that he was forcing it, the fact that he had to get after the fact footage from girls to make it look like all they're doing is waving, that's not proof anyway. So I just ask you, if you are into Sam Pepper, don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the BS. So yeah, that's my opinion. That's today's daily vlog. I hope you have a nice night, and I hope you don't fall into any BS traps. And sorry this was so long, but I figured I'd dissect it and break it down for you of why I believe it's crap. So as always, remember, don't just watch my life, go live your own. See you later.